I am Marwan Cameron, and this is The Conduit. It is Thursday, March 3rd. Man, it's already the first week of March. It's only the third day in, but it's going pretty fast already. You know, Cameron's Kitchen is on Friday. Shout out to Kendra. She will be here tomorrow. Let's see. We already have a nice meal plan for tomorrow. See if I can see what it is that she sent here. There's something about grandma's recipe. Some kind of a ground beef bake. So looks really good. Cheese, ground beef, onions, garlic. Kind of a comfort type meal. So make sure you tune in for that. I'll be creating that show a little bit later. You can make sure that you don't miss any shows if you subscribe, like, and share, of course. Set the reminders, and then you will always have it. As always, if you have any questions or thoughts, type them in the chat. Do share out as we are trying to grow, bring more people on board, get their message out. But wanted to come on for a little bit and talk about goal setting. It is it's March now, and typically what happens right about this time, we're about what, eight weeks in or so of the new year. The goals that we may have set for New Year's start to kind of fade away. We start off strong. We're full of vigor and energy and motivation. And then, unfortunately, what happens is, we start getting busy. We settle into our routines. And all of our best intentions start to kind of fall away a little bit. So I got something that might help you a little bit. We're going to talk about that. And I'm going to go ahead and make my dinner this evening. Figure I would invite you in for a little calm and relaxation. Many of you got past hump day, but it's Thursday. You got tonight, you got tomorrow until your weekend comes up. Unless you're working during the weekend, like many of us do, then it seems like it never stops. But that's all good, though. So we enjoy it. We've had a number of great shows this week. Of course, KCR and Bremerton Housing Authority, Anton with Men of Motivation. We've had Mark with Resilient Ecosystems. A lot of good things. Sunday is when it started off because it was still February, out with the Bainbridge Island Museum of Art and all of Akuye's organizations that she is tied to. So shout out to her. Tremendously busy doing so many different things and advocating and educating folks and keeping things at the forefront. I will likely be doing another show tonight. I won't be dressed, quite so welcoming for that show. Because I'm definitely frustrated. And, again, this conduit was created to be able to provide information. Sorry about my mic there scratching. To provide information that is counter to legacy media, mainstream media. The thoughts and opinions of those that don't often get to share their opinions and thoughts, facts, figures that are glossed over, ignored, manipulated, and everything else. So we'll talk about that later. But for now, we're going to talk about SMART goals. So let me go on into the kitchen here. Get myself ready. Tonight, I'm gonna make a chef salad. That's my plan. Make a nice chef salad. See how that goes. Looks like I'm still coming in pretty good there. Just wanted to check that. So, funny thing, I wouldn't buy a head of lettuce. And what I would do is I would go and purchase, bags of already pre-cut up salad. Because it just was always a pain to open this thing up and, peel all the lettuce leaves off. I was like, I ain't got time for that. And then I was shown the easy way to do it, and it blew my mind, right? So if you don't know, you take this piece here, and you just slam it on the table, and then you can pull that knot out, and then you got all the lettuce just all loose. It's crazy. I mean, how can I make it to 40-something plus years old and not know that? You know what I'm saying? I get really excited about cool stuff. I thought that was like the coolest thing that I had learned probably in like 6 months. Like, who knew? And you get to be aggressive at the same time. So how can I be mad at that? So now I'm just ripping up my lettuce. Do wash off your food. There's always seeming to be some type of recall on some kind of fruit or vegetable or whatnot. So you want to make sure that you clean up really well before you use it. Let's go ahead and wash that off. So, for us, our mission and our vision, we talk about self-sufficiency for all the residents of Kitsap County. Well, funny thing is we are also residents of Kitsap County, so that makes us kind of clients of the organization that we've created. And we are achieving our goals. And so I have instructed the office that we are going to take part in a goal setting exercise, and we're going to work on achieving those goals. And you've heard me talk about SMART goals before. It's an acronym. And the acronym for SMART is specific. Your goal needs to be specific. If we're talking about, let's say I want to lose weight, that would be a very ambiguous goal, right? I want to lose weight. How much weight? You want to lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 100 pounds, 30 pounds? When do you want to lose this weight? What are you going to do to lose the weight? How are you going to know that you're doing the right things and you're headed in the right direction? You're going to exercise? Are you going to watch what you eat? Are you going to eat at certain times of the day? What are you going to do? Right? Are you going to do intermittent fasting? Are you going to try some of the other things? Are you going to do research? Are you going to start preparing meals? Trying to cut down or eliminate processed foods? Maybe try to have organic ideas? All those things, right? And so it sounds so simple in the beginning. Hey, I'm just going to create this goal. I want to lose some weight. But you've got to get a little bit more into it. And so that's what a SMART goal is. So my S, if that's what it was going to be, if I wanted to lose weight, I'd say, okay, I want to lose 5 pounds. Okay. And the M would be the measurable. How am I going to measure if, one, I'm on the right track to losing the weight and achieving my goal as I go along trying to lose it? Because typically it's not going to be a thing of, oh, okay, my goal is to lose 5 pounds and in a week or 2 weeks or whatever, it's just going to be gone. right? You need to have some type of measurement to see if you are indeed making progress on your goal. Because sometimes you may need to modify it, right? Maybe you're consuming too many carbs, or you're still taking in too much fat, or there's some hidden sugar because you've switched to a lot of fruits, but fruits are high in sugar, so you need to switch what fruits you're consuming. You're eating late at night and going to bed on a full stomach instead of putting yourself into a caloric burn, right? So it needs to be measurable. The other thing is it needs to be attainable. Oftentimes, especially with New Year's resolutions, right? We want to fix some things here. I love tomatoes, by the way, so I'm cutting up some grape tomatoes here. I do wash those off also. Usually I quarter them, and oftentimes I'll make them even smaller just so I can try to get more in each bite. But is it attainable? A lot of times, like if I haven't worked out in a while and I start going back to the gym, I tend to overdo it, right? Oh, I got to make up for lost time. I'm going to go super hard. And you end up really sore. You're going to get sore anyway, but maybe you're more sore. There's been a time or two when I've, gone back to the gym after a long time off and ended up injuring myself. And then, I'm out for another 2 or 3 weeks. And then, you kind of replace that time with something else. And then you got to start all over again. So it needs attainable. But at the same time, it needs to be challenging. If you're setting a goal that you can just easily accomplish, then, that's not really helpful for you. There needs to be some challenge to that goal, but it does need to be something that you can actually achieve. The R is realistic or relevant. How is this goal relevant to what it is that you're trying to accomplish, right? So the things, the activities that you may do, as I said before, ultimately, overall, you want to get healthier, or you're trying to get into that summer outfit, or, you've got a wedding coming up, or whatever the case may be. Why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? And is it realistic? Is there a relevancy to that? And then the last one is time. So you need to set a time frame on when you want to achieve this goal. Oh, I've got my hard-boiled eggs too. Oh yeah. I want to set a time frame on when you're going to complete this goal. And part of it being realistic is, again, am I going to lose 5 pounds in a week? Oh, that's possible. It might not be probable. And losing it that rapidly, it's either probably water weight, or it's either water weight, or it's going to come back pretty quickly, right? If I can't sustain what I did to lose that 5 pounds. So I want to set a time that is going to be more likely that as I achieve that goal, I'll be able to continue to maintain that success, right? So I think sometimes folks can, in the very beginning, they can lose maybe a pound a week, depending on what it is that they're doing. You have to take, you have to understand that muscle weighs more than fat. And so as you put on muscle and burn some of that fat off, you might actually stop losing and maybe even gain before you start to see losses again. So all these things you have to be cognizant of and understand as you are working on your goal. But that is a SMART goal in a nutshell, kind of unpacking that. So the assignment for everyone in G2 is to create a SMART goal on something that is significant, either personally or professionally in their life, that they would like to work on. And
these are concepts that I have taught for years, but I had a dream about one of the folks at G2, and there was a sense of urgency that this needed to happen right away. And part of that is, and this person isn't alone in this sentiment, we all kind of operate this way, is we're trying to do things in our lives and make some type of improvement, right? We were in a relationship and the relationship ended, and we're like, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to work on myself because I'm being accountable. I had a part to play in this toxic relationship, or I'm going to work on self-care or loving me or whatever the case may be. And then if you ask someone, you know as they are kind of going down this journey of quote unquote working on themselves, you say, okay, so what are you doing to work on yourself? And they're not actually doing anything specific, right? They're just in between relationships. They're not talking to a mental health counselor. They're not unpacking, why they have a bad picker. Sometimes, we just like what we like, and we end up picking the bad boy or the bad girl over and over again. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, right? It's like, so what are you doing? Well, really, I'm not doing anything. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Because typically what ends up happening is, okay, you're taking this break because you're hurt. You got to get over this person. Many times, how we are, the relationship doesn't end right away. You kind of go back and forth for a while, on, off, on, off, on, off. And then you do have that breaking period, and then you get out there, depending on how you get over it. Some of us get over it by going hard with other folks. That's just the facts. Other people just don't date anyone and just stay to themselves. And then, they meet someone and the cycle begins again. And you feel like, okay, I'm over the next person. I'm ready to, extend myself and have feelings about another person again and, be vulnerable. So you do. But you haven't actually worked on yourself. And so it always starts off good in the beginning. And then slowly but surely, those same things start to creep up. And you kind of go through the cycle over and over again. And then the question is, man, how do I keep finding myself here, right? Is there something wrong with me? Do I just keep picking the wrong person? But you didn't actually work on improving. Counseling is a powerful tool to help you with that. I'm trying to think of what I was going to eat out of tonight. I think I'm going to put it in this clear bowl. I've got all these nice, beautiful colors. Ooh, I don't have any black olives. I wish I had some, the black olives would give me a little black in there, a little color. And I like my lettuce small, just like my spaghetti noodles. I break my spaghetti noodles into thirds so that when I get a bite, I don't flip sauce onto my clothing, Sometimes that stuff stains. And I'm usually wearing a tie, so I don't want to destroy my clothes. So yeah, just making those goals there. Now I'm not in front of the computer. Let me see if anyone's talking out there. All right. So the goal that I made was to work on editing these videos. Definitely need an editor. It's time consuming for sure. I don't have a lot of time. Really have no time. And I keep adding more and more stuff on there. Got some deli turkey there. Use a couple pieces. Make sure it's not poisonous. I better taste it. Oh man. Oh, that's off the chain right there. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Delicious. At the deli at Safeway, and they had this for $9 or $9.99. This trio, a salami, pepperoni, provolone cheese. I'm like, oh man, I can make a sub sandwich tonight. I'm like, you know what? The salad is where my head is. That's where I'm at. So that's what I'm gonna do. And so I'm gonna take a course on how to edit videos. And the course that I found, I believe, is 14 hours long. So the goal will take me a little time to complete. And I was working on it as to try to create an example for those in the office. And so I said I was going to work on this 25 hours a week, right? And I'm like, no. That was a mistake. 25 hours total for the goal, right? I can't produce another 25 hours of anything at this point in my life. So I had to modify that. But that's my time frame is 25 hours, and to have it done by the Kitsap Great Give, so that when we produce some of those videos, they'll be edited. Now I don't know what this is going to look like because I don't know how long it takes to edit a video. I know it's time consuming, so I'm cognizant of that, which is one of the reasons why I shifted to a lot of the live broadcasts, right? But there are things that need to be done in post so that other folks that couldn't watch it live get an opportunity to watch it. Man, this deli meat looks good. I grew up poor, so I did not grow up consuming deli meat. So every time I have deli meat, to me, is a treat. And what's odd is I still really don't consume deli meat. I also don't really eat sandwiches, even if it's where's my rockin' chop? You know, back in the as seen on TV days, they had the Miracle Blades. Yeah, man, you know I'm a sucker for something new and cool. So, got to get the rockin' chop, you know? And the way that I'm going to measure it is, you know, obviously the courses are broken up into either 1 or 2 hour or 45-minute videos learning different concepts. I will have checks for understanding built in. And then I also plan on telling some folks in the office that help with the podcast, because if you can tell it to someone else, explain to them how it works, that reinforces your learning. So it's a great learning trick when you're trying to learn something new, you know, explain it to someone else. And the more proficient you are in explaining it to them, you know, essentially kind of teaching them, then that reinforces your learning, helps it stick. So I'll do that. And as I learn the different sections, you know, I will practice on some of the previous videos that I've made. You know, we have over 300 videos now. that are in the on YouTube, so you can check those out. And I'll bring it all the way to the end until I've completed the course, and then I'm able to, edit a video from beginning to end. So, putting on the intro music and intro cards and information, descriptions, tags, all that good stuff. I might need a bigger bowl for this. I don't think that's going to work. Because the one thing about a salad, you need room. It needs room to breathe, right? So I wanted to put it into something pretty since we're on camera, but we got to get real with it. So pretty's gonna have to go out the window for, oh yeah, it's on. And then make sure that we have our, where people can subscribe and get information, where people can donate, because I'm horrible at that, is asking for donations and then providing that information. So if my mom is listening, she has been calling me for about 3 weeks before the Super Bowl, for sure. Way before the Super Bowl. So she says, I want to donate to the organization, right? And at first, because she works for Meals on Wheels in Seattle. So she's like, I want to donate. And I'll cook food. You come to Seattle and pick it up and bring it back. Well, logistically, that's just, there's no good way for that to happen. So, we tried to work it out, couldn't work it out. So she says, well, you know what? How about this? How about I just give you a cash donation? Like, okay, cool. And so she asked me for the Cash App. Now, when you're busy, if you don't have time to send your own mother a Cash App so that she can donate to your organization, that's ridiculous. So 3 weeks go by. She calls the office. Where's my son at? I'm not at the office. I'm busy, right? So I get in today, and it's like, okay, I have to call my mom. So I call her. She tells me how hard I am to get a hold of. You know what I'm saying? So if I haven't gotten back to you, it is not because I'm ignoring you. I literally am that busy. And so she ended up setting up a recurring donation every month. So we appreciate her for that. And so we had a good laugh. So Layla and I will go out and pay her a visit here in a little bit. See how she's doing. But I don't even put where people can donate onto the stream. And unfortunately, to do these things, it all takes money. And if you're not going to ask, who's going to give? So that is the SMART goal, to learn how to do that. And then, of course, important for me to pass on what I know. So I will pass on what I know to other people in the crew so that they can help and we can distribute the load. All right, now I put some provolone in here. Should I put some sharp cheddar on there too? Maybe just a sprinkle. Now normally I love extra sharp cheddar cheese, that Tillamook Farmhouse. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But I don't have any of that right now. It can be hard to find, unfortunately. Oh, look at that. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Oh, whether they get a load of me. And while I have turkey in there, I'm going to keep it nice and healthy today. I'm not going to put any bacon in there. Oh, but look at that. Look at that salad right there. I've got the eggs, the turkey breast. Oh, some Genoa salami, a little pepperoni in there just to give it a little bit of tang. Tomatoes. Oh, then raisins. Nice. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of salt and pepper. I forgot about that. some of that on there. Let's see, do I have any? No, I don't have any of that. Let me just use a little bit of this Himalayan sea salt, just a pinch, you know, not too much there. Oh, what's this salad topping? What's in here? Crunchy and flavorful. Oh, and I forgot the shredded carrots. What? Oh, I got to get the orange in there. I got to get that. Get some of those shredded carrots up in the salad. I'm tripping. Bam. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, and then I find the extra sharp cheddar cheese in the door. See how it does? I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read what's on that. What's in that salad topper? Try it again, because I don't have any croutons. Oh, let's see. Sunflower seeds, textured soy protein, rice, some other stuff. What's the expiration on this? September 29, 22. Oh, I guess I could have some of that. Well, hey, and it's not open. Cool. Bam, go ahead and top it with a little bit of salad topping. I gotta get some of those nuts in there. Get some of that protein. Bam. Oh, boy. That's what I'm talking about right there. Get it. Get it, get it. Now, there's this salad dressing that Rob turned me on to when you buy the prepared salad. It's a like this citrus salad. Man, it's salad dressing. It's awesome. But I can't find it anywhere. I spent like 20 minutes today looking down the aisle. I went back over to the salad section, got the bag, trying to look at the ingredients in the salad. I'm about to figure out how to make it. I had to Google it. But while I'm, doing all this this cooking and learning how to, prepare these things. I mean, look at this salad right here. See, now, if I went to any restaurant and ordered a salad like that, right? It's like salad for like 2 people, maybe 3. Sometimes these salads are like $15 a piece. And I just made this for a couple bucks, And there's so much left over. I can have sandwiches tomorrow. I can have more salad. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Get a glass of water to go with my salad there. I've been letting my tea steep. This is Rooibos with Earl Grey. Oh man, they put my 2 favorite teas and combined them together. And it's decaf. You heard? That's what I'm talking about. Because, the blood pressure has been off the chain. So, got to do better. And I have been. I actually switched to decaf coffee. And that's been going pretty well. And they had decaf coffee in my favorite flavor. What? Can't even complain about that. Then on top of it, Coulier turned me on to, what is this tea here? This Herbal Hibiscus. So this is supposed to be naturally help with blood pressure. And this is delicious. I wish I could zoom in so you could see the colors on here. And shout out to Steepology Teas out in Bainbridge Island. They took care of us. Oh, that smells so good, man. I wish I had smell-o-vision. Probably too dark for you to really get a look in there. But there are blues. Oh, man, that smells so good. So good. So after a long day, hot cup of tea. Come on, let's go on into the dining room there.
All right. All right, we over here. Let's see. Oh, you need the rock and chop. How you doing, BK? Hey, the rock and chop. The what they call the other one? The cut and scoop or something like that. I got it looks like a butcher knife, but it's really flimsy. So after you chop it up, then you can just scoop up the onions or whatever you diced up. Oh man, still have those knives. I only have one of the steak knives left, and they are still the sharpest knives. Never needed to be resharpened, but they broke, and I have one. So, when I have steak or something else that requires cutting, that's where I go. Lord, thank you for this meal we're about to receive, the nourishment of my body. Amen. All right, let me go ahead and get a taste of that. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Mm-hmm. Tastes so fresh. So I'm missing some cabbage and some other things, but got to crawl before you walk, right? Man, that is good. Like I said, that salami with the pepperoni gives a little bit of boom. Let's keep talking about whatever goal you want to work on. This is by far one of the easiest ways to help you set and define goals and then actually achieve them. And so you can just Google SMART goal. A lot of things will come up. There are workbooks and worksheets that'll help you to create one. If you're like, I'm not really sure if this is measurable or how do I measure it, So the S, again, set real numbers with real deadlines. Don't be vague. This is an example for business, right? Don't say I want more visitors. Like we want more people to use G2 Cab, right? So how are we going to do that? Do we want to increase by 10 people a day, 50 people a month? What exactly is that specific goal in regards to building our ridership, if you will, for our G2 cab service? Or maybe the goal is we want to add 2 more contracts. We contract with a lot of organizations, but you need to continue to build, right? How will you measure it? Make sure it's trackable. And here in this example, it's saying, hey, don't hide behind, buzzwords like brand or engagement, social influence. Those are also very vague, right? So there are things that we're going to have to do in order to achieve our goal. Like I said, if you're trying to lose weight, you're probably going to exercise. How many times are you going to exercise? How long are you going to exercise? What exercises are you going to do? What are you going to eat? When are you going to eat? You can list all those things. You can track it, right? Like, man, I did great on the exercise, but the kids had a birthday party. There's the office party at work. It was Valentine's Day. And that was all in the same week. I had cake, pie, fried chicken. I lost it this week. But I was doing well. I always made it to the gym and got my exercise in. So you can see what you need to change. You're getting really detailed in it and you're counting calories and things like that. We're tracking when you eat, how many glasses of water you drink in a day. They recommend 8. Are you standing up every hour and moving around? Keep your blood flowing. Are you gonna maybe add 2 new recipes per week so that you don't get bored with the food that you're eating? That's a quick way to start going back to the things that you love that are bad for you, because you ran out of options. You can only make 2 or 3 things and you're tired of eating it. So you need to add to it. Again, that A, you're going to work towards your goal that is challenging but possible for you to achieve. Don't try to take over the world in a night. That's a true story. So true, right? I put on some jazz music. I'm messing up. So you want to do that. You don't want it to be too easy. You don't want it to be too hard. But then, likely, you're like, man, I can't do this. And then you're done. And then you're down on yourself, and it's going to be a while before you likely try again, right? Royalty-free jazz. There we go. So make sure it's something that you can, that's attainable. Another good thing too is that can be very helpful is use the buddy system. Help other people hold you accountable. Works really well when you're going to a gym. You're going to change your diet. If someone else is going to eat the same way as you, that can be very powerful and helpful. Because the times when you're like, man, I just want to do this, they're likely to be more motivated and in a different place, and they can push you through those times, and you can push that person through those times. So bring other people into your goal. It'll be super helpful. I don't know what's going on with this jazz channel. Must want me to restart it. And again, sometimes the R is set as realistic or relevant. But you want it to be both of those things, right? Why are you setting your goal? Why is this goal important to you? What is it going to do for you? I can tell you I'm having this for lunch tomorrow, for sure. Be honest, you know what you and your team are capable of. Forget any hurdles that you have to overcome, or don't forget any hurdles that you have to overcome. So think about, if you're trying to eat a certain way, but there are celebrations that are coming up, is that going to be your cheat day? Or are you going to really exercise portion control so you can still take part in it? Are you going to pack a lunch that day so you have an alternative? What are you going to do? I love coffee. Everybody else at G2 loves coffee. Probably in an unhealthy way. But if I go into G2, I know that there's going to be a piping hot pot of coffee. And we like the same coffee and the same creamer. And you can smell it. And I'm going to want it. So I had to stock G2 with decaf coffee so that I can have an alternative so I don't make a bad choice, right? Because it's just counter to my health. And then what I do is I allow myself to have caffeinated coffee every now and then if I'm really dragging. And I can tell you now, one, what was cool was I didn't get the headaches from stopping, from quitting coffee drinking. Thank goodness, because I'll stop drinking like twice a year. I'll take time off of drinking coffee, and I usually go through the headaches. Didn't happen this time, which was awesome. But I also didn't go to decaf, and I'm pretty sure that decaf still has some level of caffeine in it. But yeah, I didn't get the headache, so I was super happy about that. But it's been pretty easy to make the switch. You know, it doesn't taste exactly like, you know, regular coffee, but I mean, it's really close enough. It really is. So I don't really feel like I'm missing out. And the longer that I go with the decaf before I actually have a cup of coffee, oh man, I can feel the caffeine like in the second swallow. It hits me so fast. I'm like, whoa, I can feel that caffeine, which is good because a lot of times that's why we're drinking it, right? We want the pick me up. I was like, okay, all right. So then I'm getting a benefit that way too. Yeah, the provolone in here is good. The sharp cheddar is good. And then what I realized is the flavors are so bomb, like the craisins and the carrots. I don't need as much cheese in there. You know, sometimes cheese can kind of overwhelm something. Just a little bit, just to kind of, you know, blend all the flavors together. We were talking about that in the office today about, you know, putting flavors together and textures together and all that stuff I don't know anything about. I was debating on whether I wanted a ham salad or a turkey. Sometimes you have both. But I'm like, you know, I don't need that much meat. And the turkey from the deli is so good, especially when you haven't had it in a while. I can't remember the last time I've had like a turkey sandwich. Oh, I had Jimmy John's like 3 weeks, maybe 3 weeks ago. But I hadn't had a sub sandwich from a restaurant probably in a good year, maybe. Mm. It's nice too when you make your salad like this. You get to put as much of the good stuff as you want in there. You know how it is. You go to a restaurant and it's like, man, that's all I get. That's my favorite part. I could put extra tomatoes in there, you know, and you don't have a salad that's just all lettuce and barely anything good, which also makes it nice and filling too. Mm. Make sure that your goal has a time frame and you're cognizant of it, right? If the goal is too long, you're probably likely to lose interest in it and it falls off. Even if it's an overarching goal, like because we're talking about weight, let's say you wanted to lose 50 pounds overall, that can be your larger goal, but you're going to have these mini SMART goals to move you along toward that large goal, right? Because every time you get a win, every time you complete a goal, right, does something to you mentally and propels you forward. So, but if you got this one big long goal that you're not going to see the end for 6 months or a year, really easy to no longer prioritize that goal. But if you have these smaller goals that are challenging, and every time you achieve that goal, it's like, yeah, I did it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's going to be an hour, a week, a month. And maybe that's how it starts. Today, I'm going to try to eat and exercise the whole day. And you do great. And then you do another day, and another day. You got 3. Day 4, it goes horribly wrong. Someone says, let's go to lunch. And you end up eating Fritz fries. It can happen. So your new goal is, hey, I can string together 3. I can analyze what went wrong. What was the catalyst for myself to stray from my goal? And I've got this new goal. I'm going to do all the same things, but I'm going to go 4 days. And if that scenario happens again, I'm going to have something built in. Next thing you know, oh man, I strung together 4 days. All right. I've done 4 days twice. That was a week and a day. Let me see if I can do another week. Now you're doing weeks. And now you're planning ahead for those holidays and the celebrations and the special occasions and all those things that seem to happen more and more when you're trying to do something different. Start bringing you lunch, packing snacks. Man, my phone just doesn't stop. Man. So make sure you've got a time limit there. But that's a SMART goal. If you're trying to do something for a set amount of time, like I want to be physical for 30 minutes. Or I want to research how to do a thing, right? Like I'm trying to figure out how to edit these videos, but I'm super busy. I'll say, okay, I'm going to put 30 minutes toward researching the video. I'm not going to do anything else. And they have what's called a technique called the Pomodoro Technique. So you set a timer. For 20 minutes, that's it. That's what you're focused on. You block out everything else. After that 20 minutes, you stop, you take a break, you can set another 20 minutes, right? And that can help you with your SMART goal. Again, if it's you're trying to lose 5 pounds, like the example is, then you're going to be physical. Well, you got to research exercises that you can do, exercises to hit target areas, exercises based on your health issues, recipes, what types of foods do certain things for you. Food can help with inflammation, mood, energy, all that good stuff. But you need time to research all that, So in your goal, in your M, in that measurable, you're going to build that in there. And you know that it's relevant It's going to help you to ultimately achieve your goal. So you're going to need that time to research a recipe that sounds good for you and see if it's common things at a grocery store, if it's going to be something really odd. Like, I don't have saffron in my house, you know. I don't know what to do with saffron. So I might use it once. So I might stay away from a recipe that calls for something like that. And if I'm not mistaken, saffron is like really expensive. Mm, mm, mm. So build that in and check those things off. You know, there are all these mini goals. I'm trying to lose the 5 pounds, but you're also trying to drink 8 glasses of water a day. You're checking it off at the end of the day. Yeah, I hit that goal. I did it. Matter of fact, I had 12. I was thirsty. I was getting my box on. I had like 13 cups of water. Killed it today. You'll feel better. It's great for your confidence. It's great for your self-esteem. And it helps to propel you forward. See that? I'm getting full. You know, a head of lettuce was almost $2.50. I'm like, what is going on? Let me go get a cup. $2.50 for a head of lettuce, and it wasn't even a big head. What's going on? These prices are ridiculous. Oh man. Let me go ahead and turn this off. That's your SMART goal. Have any questions? Always feel free to reach out. I'll update you on how we're doing on our goals and how the rest of the team is coming along on their goals. I won't tell you what their goals are, but I'll let you know how they're doing. Oh, ice cold water. Salute. Oh, man. 6:30. I don't think I have to be anywhere else. It requires me to have this on. How was your day? It's actually kept me off for the rest of the night, you know? I had no idea what I was going to eat tonight either. I knew Kendra was coming and we're going to have kind of a heavy meal tomorrow for Cameron's kitchen. So I'm like, well, I want to eat light tonight because Friday is going to be it was a long week. Let's eat something good. And I do like learning how to cook something else. You know, if you want to come and be on Cameron's kitchen, you could do that. Let me know what you want to cook. We'll set up a time. You could teach everyone maybe your favorite recipe and build a cookbook. You know what? That's a good idea. That's what I should do. I'll do a series of shows for Cameron's Kitchen, and then I'll create a cookbook based on all the recipes that people come and cook. That would be pretty awesome. I think that's a good idea. So yeah, want to be on Cameron's Kitchen, or if you have an idea of something we should make, that's reasonable. You know, I would love to have some paella, but that is definitely beyond me. So that won't be happening anytime soon. Unless some paella expert comes in here and does some magic. I don't even know where to get paella. I think the only place that I know was several years ago around South Center. I think there was a restaurant that had paella. I don't think it was the Rainforest Cafe. It was the one that was outside of the South Center Mall. They had, I think they had banana Fosters as a dessert. I remember that because I don't always like that, but theirs was really good. It's been a long time since I've eaten in Seattle like that. 13 coins now. That's my restaurant. That's man. Well, like I said, I've got another show coming on tonight. I'm not going to be in a good mood, so it's going to be hard. And there will be use of the N-word this evening, so be prepared for that. But the things that we see and witness in this country, in this world, I think everyone can handle it just fine. So relax, enjoy your dinner, get settled in after work. Been a long day, you deserve it. Say hi to your little ones. You know, sometimes coming home, hopping in a hot shower or the bath is nice. Unwind. And then let's get to it. Let's get to it. All right, y'all. You know who it is. Marwan Cameron, this is the conduit. Man, right before we get off, we got to get one of these bots in here. That's all right. We add them to the list. Bow, bow. All right.